There is a mineral working quietly inside your body right now, powering over 300 different enzymes, keeping your immune system armed and ready, healing your wounds, building your proteins, and regulating how your cells grow and divide. Over 300 enzymes, all dependent on one mineral. And your body cannot store it, not even a little. Which means every single day, you need to consume enough of it, or those hundreds of biological processes start running at less than full capacity. The mineral is zinc. And the signs that you are not getting enough of it are easy to miss, because they look like a dozen other things. Frequent colds and infections. Slow wound healing. Hair loss. Loss of taste and smell. Brain fog. Fatigue. Poor growth in children. All of these can be symptoms of inadequate zinc, and all of them can be addressed by knowing which foods to eat. Today we are going through the 10 best food sources of zinc on Earth, what each one delivers, how much, and what else it does for your body at the same time. But first, how much zinc do you actually need? The National Institutes of Health recommends 11 milligrams per day for adult males and 8 milligrams per day for adult females. Pregnant people need 11 milligrams. Those breastfeeding need 12. Children, older adults, and pregnant people are at the highest risk of deficiency. But inadequate zinc is more widespread than most people realize, because most people have never been told which foods to prioritize. Let's fix that now. Number 1. Shellfish. If there is one food on this entire list that stands in a category completely by itself, it is oysters. 6 medium oysters provide 33 milligrams of zinc. The daily recommended value for males is 11 milligrams. For females, 8 milligrams. 6 oysters deliver 300% of the male daily value and over 400% of the female daily value in a single serving. No other food source comes remotely close to oysters for zinc density. They are the single most concentrated zinc source available anywhere in the human diet. One practical note: if you are pregnant, always cook shellfish thoroughly before consuming. The zinc benefit is fully preserved after cooking. Number 2. Meat. Red meat is one of the most reliable and accessible sources of zinc in the human diet. A 100-gram serving of raw ground beef delivers approximately 4.79 milligrams of zinc. That is 44% of the male daily value and 60% of the female daily value. From one serving of one of the most universally available foods on Earth. Beef, lamb, and pork all contribute meaningfully to zinc intake. And the zinc in meat is heme-associated, meaning it is highly bioavailable and absorbed efficiently by the body without the absorption barriers that affect plant-based zinc sources. Number 3. Legumes. For anyone who does not eat meat, or who wants to reduce their reliance on animal sources, legumes are the most important plant-based zinc source available. 100 grams of cooked lentils provides 12% of the male daily value and 16% of the female daily value. Chickpeas and beans contribute similarly. Cooking dried beans from scratch rather than eating them raw, soaking beans overnight before cooking, or choosing sprouted varieties, all of these improve how much zinc your body actually extracts. Number 4. Seeds. Seeds are one of the most underappreciated zinc sources in any diet, and the numbers here are striking. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds provide 27% of the male daily value and 37% of the female daily value for zinc. From 3 tablespoons of seeds that can be stirred into yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or sprinkled on a salad in 10 seconds. Number 5. Nuts and peanuts. Pumpkin seeds, squash seeds, and sesame seeds are all strong performers in this category as well. Cashews lead this category for zinc content. A 1-ounce serving of cashews provides 15% of the male daily value and 21% of the female daily value, making them one of the more zinc-dense nut options available. Pine nuts and almonds also contribute meaningful amounts. Peanuts, technically a legume but consumed like a nut, add to zinc intake as well. Number 6. Dairy. Cheese and milk deserve specific recognition in any zinc discussion because of one characteristic that sets dairy apart from plant-based zinc sources. The zinc in dairy products is highly bioavailable. Your body absorbs most of it efficiently, without the phytate interference that reduces absorption from legumes and grains. 1 ounce of sharp cheddar cheese provides 10% of the male daily value and 13% of the female daily value. 1 cup of whole milk provides 9% and 13% respectively. Dairy also provides protein, calcium, and vitamin D, the combination that forms the foundation of bone health. For people who consume dairy, it represents one of the most efficient and well-absorbed zinc sources available alongside its other nutritional contributions. Number 7. Eggs. 1 large egg provides 5% of the male daily value and 7% of the female daily value for zinc. That number is modest compared to shellfish or meat, but eggs bring a nutritional profile that extends far beyond zinc. 1 large egg provides 6.3 grams of protein, healthy fats, B vitamins, selenium, and choline. Their zinc contribution is real, even if modest, and their broader nutritional package makes them one of the most valuable whole foods in any diet. Number 8. Whole grains. Wheat, quinoa, rice, and oats all contain zinc, and whole grain versions of these foods contribute meaningfully to daily intake. Choose whole grains over refined grains for their overall nutritional profile, and ensure you are getting zinc from other bioavailable sources alongside them. Number 9. Vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are generally not the strongest sources of zinc, and it is important to be honest about that rather than overstate their contribution. That said, some vegetables do provide meaningful amounts, particularly for people who do not consume animal products. A large regular potato provides 10% of the male daily value and 14% of the female daily value for zinc. Sweet potatoes contribute approximately 5 to 7%. Kale and green beans provide smaller but still real contributions. The more important point about vegetables and zinc is this: even though vegetables are not zinc powerhouses, they are essential components of a diet that optimizes zinc absorption from other sources. The vitamin C in vegetables enhances mineral absorption broadly. Number 10. Dark chocolate. A 100-gram bar of dark chocolate with 70 to 85% cocoa content provides 3.31 milligrams of zinc, 30% of the male daily value and 41% of the female daily value. That is a genuinely significant zinc contribution. And combined with the magnesium, iron, copper, flavonols, and prebiotic fiber that dark chocolate simultaneously delivers, it is a food that keeps appearing on nutritional best-of lists for legitimate, evidence-backed reasons. This is not a food to consume in large quantities or to rely on as a primary zinc source. It is a food to include in appropriate portions, a square or two, as part of a diet that gets its zinc primarily from the more concentrated sources higher on this list. 70% cocoa minimum. Reasonable portion size. Within those parameters, dark chocolate earns its place here. Now let's close with the single most important practical insight from everything we have covered today. There are 2 types of zinc in the human diet. Zinc from animal sources, meat, shellfish, dairy, eggs, is highly bioavailable. Your body absorbs it efficiently. Zinc from plant sources, legumes, seeds, whole grains, is present in meaningful amounts but is partially blocked by phytates, reducing how much your body can actually use. This does not mean plant-based zinc sources are not valuable. It means they require strategy. If you rely primarily on plant foods for zinc, there are 3 things you can do to maximize how much your body absorbs. First, soak, sprout, or ferment legumes and grains before eating them. This breaks down phytates and dramatically improves zinc bioavailability. Second, pair plant zinc sources with vitamin C, citrus, bell peppers, tomatoes, which enhances mineral absorption broadly. Third, diversify your sources across seeds, legumes, nuts, and whole grains rather than relying on any single plant food. And if you are not sure whether your zinc intake is adequate, particularly if you are a child, older adult, pregnant, or breastfeeding, speak to your healthcare provider. A simple dietary assessment or blood test can clarify your status and guide whether dietary changes alone are sufficient or whether supplementation might be appropriate. Zinc powers over 300 enzymes. It cannot be stored in the body. It must come from food, every day. The only question is whether they are on your plate. If this gave you something useful, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more content like this, and drop a comment below. Which of these 10 zinc sources do you already eat regularly, and did anything on this list surprise you?